In this video, we are going to study few more advantages of repertory. In the previous two videos, we have studied few advantages like repertory helps to find out semilimum. Repertory works as a reference book of homeopathic Mantra Medica. Repertory helps to study homeopathic Mantra Medica in the first video. In the second video, we have seen how repertory modifies case receiving and how the knowledge of repertory improves your study of remedy relationship. Now, in this video, we will see a few more advantages. Now, in this few more advantages, the first advantage is repertory is a better than a consulting physician. Now, why one should go to the consulting physician? Now, there are many reasons why a student go to a consulting physician. First reason is they want to learn homeopathy. They want to get some tips of homeopathy from consulting physician. They want to know specifics of certain disease. They want to copy the prescription of a successful homeopathic physician. And but in this objective, the consulting physician has definitely few disadvantages. And disadvantages is that this consulting physician has more information, more experience, and but whatever information the consulting physician have, it is not accessible to the learner, it is not accessible to the student because it is not classified. It depends upon the mood of that trainer, it depends upon the mood of that consultant physician, that if he feels he will teach to you, if not then you have to wait for few more days. And it is very difficult to follow the information given by the consulting physician. If you ask why it is like that, he will definitely tell you go to this book, go to another book. He will not give you the simple answers. But when we compare this repertory with the consulting physician, repertory definitely have more information even than that of a consulting physician, because a consulting physician can memorize only few important facts of homeopathy, few important facts of homeopathic materia medica. But the repertory will be having more information from multiple sources, and which is a better classified. So that this knowledge of materia medica which the repertory has, it is better classified under different chapters, under different rubrics. It is more exact, it is accurate. Sometimes the consulting physician may do some mistakes, but the repertory will never do mistake in giving you, in suggesting you certain remedies. And the another advantage of a repertory is that whatever information, whatever clues, whatever tips is given in the repertory, they're very easy to follow. You can follow it at any time. Then the consulting physicians has certain favorite remedies that over a period of time they have developed their experience, they have, according to their style of case taking, they have developed certain favorite remedies. But repertory do not have any favorite remedies. It will always bring you the important medicine with the equal promptness and with more accuracy, and it will always suggest you the most indicated medicine without being prejudiced towards a favorite remedy. Then sometimes a consulting physician may forget a specific information. With repertory, there is no chance of forgetting this information. Every time you open the repertory, it will give you the information in exact manner without doing any mistake. And remember, there is a dictum in the homeopathic field that homeopathy never fails. It it is the homeopath who fails. So similarly, if you learn at the feet of a consulting physician, there is no criticism or there is no challenge to this gold method of learning from a consulting physician. But once you learn from a consulting physician the basic things, you must then follow the repertory for your rest of the life. And that is why it is, because of all this reason, it is said that repertory is better than a consulting physician in number of things, in helping you to find out the minimum. It will always guide you in a proper manner, in a proper accurate manner. So this is a one advantage. Then few more advantages are we'll also discuss, that it makes us, the repertory makes us more objective, and it keeps our prejudices out of our way. Now we all know that the homeopathy is always criticized for its highly subjectiveness, because if you see, if a patient is seen by three or four different homeopathic physicians, every physician will come out with a different remedies. It is not so with the modern medicine, that if a patient is seen by four modern medicine physicians, they will come at the same conclusion. Their treatment approach will be same. But this is not so with homeopathy. It is very very much subjective. Repertory, if you use properly, it will make you more objective, it will make you more accurate. That is the meaning of this advantage. And another is that repertory keeps away the prejudices out of your own way. Now in aphorism number 6, the Hahnemann has said that it is the one of the important quality of homeopathic physician that he should be unprejudiced observer. He should look at each and every case as if he has never seen such and such case, and he has never prescribed for such and such disease, so that he will look at this case fresh as a new case for his first time in the life. So he will study it more thoroughly, and he will be more accurate. So this is what is said by Hahnemann, that being unprejudiced is the one of the greatest qualities of the successful homeopathic physician. And if you use repertory will always overcome this hurdle of your own prejudices. It will always show you the red signals that, see, this is your prejudice, you come out of it. So there are certain prejudices in homeopathic physicians, that they have the habit of prescribing on one or two symptoms, a very quick prescription. They call it as their snapshot prescribing, and they develop this habit over a period of years, and they get a good success. But it is not so. To become a successful homeopathic physician, you have to be very objective. You have to keep your emotions out of your prescriptions. You have to keep your favoritism out of your prescriptions. You have to keep prejudices away from your prescriptions. Now they develop certain habits of prescribing on one or two symptoms. For example, there is a joint pain and the modality, initial movement aggravation, and better by continued movement, give always rest talks. They will not see the other aspect, whether the remedy has that restlessness of rest talksness, whether there is a stiffness of the rest talks in that case, whether there is a swelling of synovial membrane, whether there is a effusion, whether there is a burning, whether there is a thirstlessness, whether there is ailment from exertion, all these aspects, just they will focus on these two and they will prescribe rust drugs. But if you open the repertory, they will repertory will help you that there are also other aspects of rust drugs you need to match. Then one more example. So many physicians have this shortcut or the favorite remedies that any female genital urinary complaint plus a fair complexion of the patient, the prescribed pulsatilla. Then do not look at the other aspects of pulsatilla in that case, like thirstlessness, like weeping disposition, like mild yielding disposition, etc. One more example is female genitourinary complaint plus a certain kind of butterfly like brownish pigmentation. They directly go to sepia. They do not see the other aspects of sepia like the indifference to the loved one. They do not see the modality of sepia like dancing amelioration or the quick movements amelioration. They do not see the even the pathologies of sepia. They do not see whether this lady is having male type pelvis, whether she is lean, thin, etc. So they neglect all these aspects of sepia and just focus on that face pigmentation, female genitourinary tract complaint, and then they prescribe sepia. But if you follow the repertory properly, the repertory will make you aware that these are the other important aspects of sepia which one should also try to match before prescribing sepia. Then respiratory complaint and then midnight aggravation directly going to the arsenic album like prescriptions. They will not bother that this remedy has that weakness, prostration, the characteristic thirst of arsenic, the anxiety of arsenic, or the amount of pathology involved in the arsenic. For them, these two prescription, these two symptoms, and making the prescriptions is a routine habit. But if you open the repertory will give you the more suggestions that these are also the other remedies for this combination of these two symptoms, and it will help you in making you more objective and keeping your own prejudices out of the way of making a good prescriptions. Then repertory also promotes the remedies which you will never thought of. Now, again, over a period of time, every physicians develop favorite remedies, and repertories break this habit of developing the favorite remedies. And with the proper help of repertory, you will come out to the possibility of remedies which you will neglect because of some of your own prejudices, some of your own favoritism. Now let us take an example. A very commonly prescribed medicine at our various OPDs in our various camps, you must have seen that at joint pain is there, and at the beginning there is a initial movement pain is aggravated, and the continued motion there is amelioration, and we usually land up in prescribing Rustox. But if we repertorize these two modalities and the sphere of action of joint, there are also some other remedies like capsicum, causticum, conium, platina, ruta, rhododendron, valeriana, thuja. These are also the remedies indicated with the same modality for joint complaints. You need to find out the match. You need to find out the differences of Rustox with other this remedy, and you must be able to prescribe other medicines equally like that of Rustox with good results. Then in repertory there are certain rubrics like fear of infection. Nowadays everybody is having that fear of corona virus disease infection, or everybody is having the fear of infection with coronavirus. But we usually think of anxiety for health, and the remedy like arsenic is the suitable for this fear of infection. But there is, if you open the repertory, there is a rubric in the Kane's repertory mind chapter, fear of infection, and there are medicines like borax, bufo, caladium, calcarea carb, lachesis. So if you properly study a repertory will promote the discovery of a remedy which you will not thought of, and it will open up the number of possibilities which would remain like a closed book to us. And that is the importance of having, or that is the advantage of the repertory in in homeopathic practice. Now this slide is question time. You study this question and give the answers of this question. Then a few more advantages, that it helps in properly evaluating the case and properly processing the symptoms of a case. Now, in Organon, in various philosophies of Organon, all the stalwarts, including the Hahnemann, speaks about how to prescribe for a given disease, how to prescribe for an individual patient, and they always emphasize on the various aspects of differentiating between common and peculiar symptom, classifying the symptoms like the symptoms at the level of mind, symptoms at the level of physical general, symptoms at the level of causation, symptoms at the level of pathology, and then one should prescribe. They always give us the guideline that one should always keep in the mind non-pathognomonic symptom, and it will give us the better results with homeopathy. This is all theory. It is seen in usually the books of Organon, but to implement this guidelines given by all stalwarts, the for the implementation repertory is making you more pressurizing you to that if you want to use repertory, you must come out with your classification of symptom, you must come out with your evaluation of symptom, you must come out with your rubrics, you must come out with your differentiation of symptoms, etc. So the repertory makes you more aware that after taking case, you cannot prescribe blindly. Before prescribing or and after case taking, there is something in between that is called as case processing, and in this case processing, the repertory comes to your help. Repertory comes to you as a guide, and whatever is said in the books of Organon, repertory will pressurize you to follow those steps of case processing, and in this way indirectly repertory makes you more aware about all these concepts of analysis, concepts of evaluation, and repertory helps you in becoming more efficient in this concept of classification, evaluation of symptoms, grading of symptom, analysis of symptoms, etc. So this is what is the importance of repertory. Now mind well, this is also an important point of relationship in between Organon and in homeopathic repertory. So point is that what is told in the Organon, what is told in the homeopathic philosophy, repertory forces you to follow it in your case, and in that way it indirectly makes you more efficient about the concepts of analysis, concepts of evaluation. Then repertory, a very important advantage, that repertory is not being too positive. Now I will explain to you this, what is the meaning of this advantage, that whenever you take a case and whenever you prescribe, it is not instantaneous. You take the case and you immediately go to the prescription. Before going to the prescription, there is a phase where you have to think whether it is said by the stalwart, if after taking a case, any remedy comes to your mind, you study the repertory and you try to see that how that remedy which comes to your mind is not suitable for that specific case. In that way, indirectly, what will do, if you want to follow this guideline, that you have taken the case, and after taking case, few or one remedy comes to your mind, and some stalwarts say that before directly prescribing that medicine, you take a pause, you refer to the repertory, and while referring to the repertory, you find out the points which are going against your prescription. And in this process, what will happen is that you will open out the number of possibilities, the you will think of more number of remedies. And the more you study repertory for that case, the repertory will suggest you more number of remedies, and you will be very much confused that what should be the exact similimum, or what should be the final prescription, whether the medicine A is suitable, whether the medicine B is suitable, whether the medicine C is suitable, whether the medicine D is suitable, how to differentiate this. When you think over this points repeatedly, you think you tend to refer to the materia medica more and more, and then your prescription become more and more accurate. So this is how a prescription should be. And the most of the successful homeopathic physician, when prescribe, they do not go by their impulses, they do not go by their experiences, or they do not go by their shortcuts. They follow all the steps carefully, they refer the repertory, they think over the suggestions given by the repertory, they try to contradict their own prescription with the help of repertory, with the help of Materia Medica, and they indirectly invites a good judgment of whether it is a partial similar, or whether it is the more similar, or it is not similar. So such kind of judgment, if it is invited, if it is exercised in making a prescription, then that is a good sign of prescriber. And it should be always kept in mind that before you make prescription, you must invite such kind of judgment into your mind, such kind of confusion must come into your mind before you prescribe. And that is where the role of repertory comes, by saying that repertory is not being too positive. That means what? That means once you refer the repertory will never say that yes, this is the final medicine, this is the exact medicine which you want to give. But repertory will suggest you this is also the remedy which might be indicated, this is another remedy which might be indicated, and then it will give you the suggestion. And the job of that physician will be refer more and more Materia Medica and come to the conclusion. And this is the advantage of repertory, that repertory is not being too positive. It reveals the possibility of more than one remedy for a case, and it always invites a lot of references to the Materia Medica, and it gives you the opportunity for exercise of good judgment. And all these things, that reference to the Materia Medica, giving opportunity for good judgment, these are the good points of a good prescriber, and that should be the always dominant factor while making a difficult prescription. And for that purpose, for that inviting good judgment, for that inviting references to the Materia Medica, repertory always helps you. And it is said that repertory is not being too positive, but it invites more and more judgment, more and more reference, and that is a better sign of good prescriber. Then a few questions are there for you. Then there are certain other advantages of repertory also. The repertory helps to those physicians who have not gained a thorough knowledge of homeopathic materia medica. Now you know that the always the study of homeopathic materia medica, regarding the study of homeopathic materia medica, it is said that it starts with headache and it ends with the vertigo. Now, why? This is the reason is that materia medica so much vast subject, so much volatile subject. You cannot thoroughly gain knowledge of homeopathic materia medica. Even those physicians who have practiced homeopathy more than 10 years, they do not have this good knowledge of materia medica. Now, let us take an example of a sulfur. Now, in sulfur, if you open of one of our source books like hearing guiding symptom of our homeopathic materia medica, there are 3000 symptoms which are listed on only under the sulfur, and out of this 3000 symptoms, there are 200 such symptoms which have certain common medicines, or these 200 symptoms are shared by certain other remedies. And we don't know what is the differentiation of this sulfur with respect to this 200 symptoms and with respect to those 200 remedies. Such is the vastness of our homeopathic materia medica. So, if you don't have a good knowledge of homeopathic materia medica, and there are very less possibilities that even after best study, even after good study of materia medica, you will develop um, the thorough knowledge of homeopathic materia medica. But if you use repertory, it will definitely help you, because it is nothing but the materia medica which is available at your fingertips. Then another advantage is that repertory will help you in those cases which are mismanaged by several doctors, and it points to certain medicines in even in that mismanagement by several doctors. Now where this problem occurs, now this problems occurs in the most of the institutional OPDs, where the doctor timings are different, doctor duties are doctor duty days, doctor duty timings are different, and patients are also coming at a different time. So as a result of this, what happened, one patient is seen by the different doctors at different time, and because of this, what happened, every physician has his own uh, prescription. When going to the another physician, he again changes to few more prescription, and at the end the whole case is complicated by frequent changes of remedy, and no one could do anything now. And in that situation, the if you study that case with proper repertorization, if you write down that, if the first physician refers, the first physician at the time of first case taking, if he properly repertorize the case, he write down these are the result of repertorization, these are the few remedies which are coming out of this repertorization, and these are my reason how I have differentiated the suggested remedy by repertory. And when such things are mentioned on that case paper, and the same case goes to the another physician, he will not dare to change that the prescription you have given. And so the proper study of repertory will avoid the mismanagement by several doctors. And if even it is mismanaged by several doctors, several prescriptions are given to that patient, and even if you repertorize that case after receiving 10 prescription, the repertory will give you the good solution, and that good solution will definitely help you in successfully treating the homeopathic patients, or patients coming to homeopathy. So this is one more advantage, that when a case is mismanaged by several doctors, it points out to certain medicines and overcomes this problem of mismanagement. Then few more advantage that in certain cases we find several peculiarities in the same patient, and we come to know that the single remedy which we are thinking, it is not covering them all. Now the problem comes that separate set of symptoms is described by separate medicines. There is a no common medicine which is going through all the peculiarities, and we are at a confusion. So in this situation, repertory will help you to find out the most similar medicine to all of the several peculiarities. Now let us take an example. Now, now say this is a case. The case is taken, and the mind symptoms of this case is covered by arsenic album. The desires are covered by nitramur, and the modalities are covered by lycopodium. That this is the situation after taking the case. Now, what to do? Our homeopathic principles say that you should prescribe a single medicine. It cannot happen that you will prescribe arsenic album in the morning, nitramur in the afternoon, and lycopodium in the evening, or all three medicines, four drops, give it in a file and prescribe. It is against homeopathic principles. So you have to individualize that case properly and give single medicine. Now, if such several peculiarities you find out in a case, the repertory, if you repertorize the case, repertory will thoroughly study that case, and repertory will you suggest you certain remedies which covers the mental, which cover the physical, which cover the modality, and which also covers the pathology. So this is how, if in a case there are several peculiarities, lot much confusion, and if you use the repertory, it will suggest you the most similar medicines. So far we have seen these advantages. Then we'll try to summarize all these advantages of repertory. Now, so far we have seen that repertory helps to find out the simillimum. Repertory is a reference book of homeopathic mater America. Repertory helps to study homeopathic mater America. Repertory works as a subject which will modify your skills of case receiving. Repertory is as a subject, if you are properly apply in your follow-up analysis, repertory will also help you for your second prescriptions, for your complementary medicine, for your follows well medicine. And in this video we have also seen how repertory promotes the remedy which is not which we would have not thought of. So few more advantages we have seen. So after listening or after studying all these advantages, now it's a high time we should summarize our the advantages of repertory. So far we have seen that repertory is a subject which is well related with organon, which is well related with homeopathic materia medica, and it also makes you more unprejudiced. It also breaks your habit of favorite remedies. It also breaks your habit of prescribing on certain one or two symptoms. So to summarize, what we can say that it is a subject which is a bridge between case and homeopathic materia medica. So such types of essay type of question also can come rather than asking this heading, describe the advantages of repertory. It could be a one more twisted question, explain or justify repertory is a bridge between case and homeopathic materia medica. So all the points which we have already studied, with the help of that, we are going to explain how repertory bridges this case and homeopathic materia medica. So in between case and homeopathic materia medica, what comes is a case processing, and as all the aspects of case processing are well developed with the help of repertory, it is said that repertory is a bridge between case and homeopathic materia medica. Then one more concluding remark is this, that repertory is a bridge that gulps the gap between natural disease and drug disease. Now, what is natural disease? Is that the diseases which are occurring naturally and these are seen in the patient, and drug diseases nothing but the diseases which are been created artificially after giving certain drugs in a healthy human beings. So the natural diseases is again the case, and the drug disease is again the homeopathic materia medica. Now, case or the natural disease is in the patient, and the drug disease is in homeopathic materia medica. And our principle says that you match the case or you match the image of a natural disease with that of drug disease, and this matching of this image cannot be haphazardly. It should be guided by certain tools, it should be guided by certain procedure, and this gap which has been there in the natural disease and the drug disease can always be bridged by the proper use of various processes, various steps of repertorization, and by properly using repertory, and then only we can join this natural disease and drug disease very perfectly and come out with the ideal cure as defined in the aversion number 2. So remember, this conclusive remark can also be asked as a long question. Repertory is the bridge that gulps the gap between natural disease and drug disease. Then few more, or this is the last remark, is that true, some man do some good work without repertory. Now there are so many physicians, you must have seen that they are doing good work. They are doing good prescription without repertory, but they also do, but they also can do good work more than they would do without. Now here what has happened? Now there are two situations are compared. That there is one physician who is not using repertory, but he is still doing the good work. And if you again give repertory in the hand of that person or in the hand of that physician who is not using repertory, you compel him, you force him to use repertory, and if he uses that repertory properly, he can do the better work or he can do the best work with the help of repertory. So this is in the conclusion, whatever is your level of knowledge of materia medica, whatever is your stage of homeopathic practice, whatever you are a beginner or you are a very well experienced physician, you have to use repertory properly. You have to use the repertory step by step. You have to use repertory very cautiously, and then only you can become a good successful homeopathic physician. So with this, we conclude this topic of advantages of repertory, and we understood that repertory is an indispensable subject in the field of homeopathy. The more and more you learn for repertory, the more and more you will become better homeopathic physicians. Thank you very much. If you like this video, share this video to your friend, subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions, put under the comment box. We'll try to solve your questions. So thank you very much. Listen this video carefully and learn the advantages of repertory thoroughly. Thank you very much.